Hi, everyone. This is Mihai Algiu, founder of Circle of Being Somatic Shadow Work. And I would like to speak to you today briefly about an upcoming group module that I'm starting soon. As some of you know, this Circle of Being Somatic Shadow Work is a modality which combines various spiritual teachings as well as therapeutical modalities. So I'm using both in my one-on-one work as well as in group work, combining what has been the most useful for me in terms of on my path, which would be Buddhist meditation, Zen, fourth way teachings, non-duality, Advaita Vedanta, from the spiritual camp, as well as what I have found to be most useful on myself and others from the therapeutical department, which would be Hakomi, which is awareness-based somatic psychotherapy, the Sedona method, shadow work, as well as the Kiloby inquiries. So I felt the need to use both of these two different approaches on working on oneself and freeing ourselves from suffering, both this spiritual witnessing, meditation, presence, awareness work, as well as this kind of investigation of our conditioned programs, of our traumas, of our addictions, and all the underlying drivers of addiction, deficiency stories, sense of lack, shame, unprocessed emotional issues. So I found it necessary to combine them both. And as some of you know, I've been doing groups for quite some time already, both in my hat of somatic therapist associate, as well as prior to that. And I'm bringing in my groups what I found to be the most effective from many group modalities I was part of. A lot of appreciation and respect for Mankind Project and prison work, which helped me a lot on my path. And I'm bringing the best, most effective technologies from there. Anyway, the point here is that I'm starting a new module, which is more special. I'm choosing to focus on these Kiloby inquiries. Kiloby inquiries, some of you may know, developed by Scott Kiloby and Dan McClintock. It's a very surgical, awareness-based somatic technology to deeply look at our pain body, deficiency stories, limiting patterns, traumas, adaptations, that which created our sense of ego that helped us to survive. However, as we get a little older, it becomes like very tight shoes and it's uncomfortable. So I've been inspired by Scott Kiloby's teachings for years now. Lately, I have started to connect with him in talks, doing sessions with him, myself as a client, as well as starting to do some trainings together. So I noticed that I'm using more and more his technology, as I find it the most effective, most surgical, less beating about the bush, going to the core of our suffering in a very skillful, quick, and yet safe way. So I've been doing Circle of Being somatic shadow work groups for years now, twice a week. But I'm going to do this module focused on this Kiloby inquiries, which is some skills that are meant to, we can deprogram our suffering, basically, for the purposes of experiencing the joy of love, inner peace, freedom from all of these programs that we have been imprinted with, both from our childhood as well as transmitted from our parents, ancestors. So this module, also this Kiloby KI modality is, ultimately meant to be done by oneself to oneself. However, it's important first to learn the skills and work with someone or work in a group for some time in order to get a hang of it. But ultimately, it is meant to do it on your own and thus be free from therapists, spiritual teachers, gurus, and take charge of the process of healing. And yeah, I've been applying this on myself and clients for some time now, and I'm very impressed with the results. So that's why I decided to start a 10-week module focusing on this KI, which is also in its turn combining awareness-based practices, non-duality practices, the so-called spiritual enlightenment teachings. It's combining with a very skillful method of somatic exploration of our wounds, shadows, deficiency stories, and traumas. So to cut a long story short, I'm going to start this module. It will be a 10-week module happening starting next week, Wednesday, the 15th of December. And I'm going to go for 10 weeks. It will happen once a week, 2.5-hour group in Grass Valley, California, Wednesday from 6 to 8:30. So the group will be, you can attend in person, it's ideally in person, but you can attend on Zoom as well. So it can be accessible for people who are not in California or. So yeah, I will put some details in the link here about this KI modality and about how to register. Basically, next week on Wednesday will be like a pilot. The following week, the 22nd Wednesday, will be like circle number 1. And from then on, I will do 10 meetings, 10 weeks. It's going to be very affordable. And yeah, I would love to share this with you. And yeah, contact me directly by email if you are interested. There are limited spaces. And yeah, hope to see you there. Ciao, ciao.